I'm gonna come back. I will come back for
all
you.
of you.
So what's that? What's that?
Obviously, as the baddest on the show, I do have to
You will
stand
just
out
have
now.
I don't understand. What do you
I
mean by
do.
that?
I have to stand out now.
What
as
do
the
you mean
baddest
by
on the
that?
show.
Come on.
Okay, now it's about standing out.
Leave
But
her
when
there.
I was
When
the
she
one
was
in this
standing out,
position,
we
it
said
was
she's
a
the
black
wolf.
sheep.
Joy is not allowed to
Black
stand
sheep.
out.
I be any boo.
Oh my God. Why is Joy not allowed
Joy
to
is not
stand
allowed
out?
to stand out.
Why is Joy not allowed to
don't
stand
know.
out?
No one on this table.
Hey.
Oh, okay.
But you know, one thing I think we have in common is the fact that, I mean, I'm putting on a white and black. You have a black on. You have a white on. So it's more like I'm wearing the both of you. Like, you feel me?
You cannot wear me.
No, not
You
you.
cannot wear
Not
me.
wear
Why
you.
you wearing me?
Oh, Jesus. Can this person
Please
allow
don't
me to?
wear me.
Don't worry. I
Don't
can't
You
wear
guys
me.
get it wrong. You
I
guys
don't-
got it
I don't
wrong.
want
Whether we get it
Allow
wrong
me
or we get it right,
explain.
do not wear me.
Okay, see, what I'm saying in essence is
You
I'm
go
putting on a
explain,
white
Taya, no
and
evidence.
I'm putting on a black. You feel me? So it's
We
more like a
don't
representation
know.
of the both of you. You feel me?
Don't represent us, represent ourselves.
Exactly.
And that's
I
unfair.
represent me.
You know what? I really don't know.
But guess what,
I don't know why
what?
they're attacking
Guess
me
what?
right now.
My ring is white. I don't know if you guys can see it.
Oh yeah! So I mean, she has something of white. So I mean, I know for sure that Oni cannot fuck up. Nah, she's not that kind of person. Hey, I'm okay. I'm alright. I think I'm okay.
I had to ask.
Why?
I don't know. I was just moved. I mean, the spirit just say, ask
I'm
us,
okay,
Betty, how is she?
Jared. No, the thing is, I feel like there's been a lot. I mean, what we did yesterday was a whole lot. But
Oh yeah.
you feel me?
A
But
whole lot or a whole lot.
a whole lot.
Okay.
I don't see.
Let
Let me be very frank with you today. I feel like so many people are gonna come for me. I mean, from our today's topic, literally. I mean, I feel like there will be a whole lot of shaking tables. Our today's topic is no other than relationship in the digital age, and I know for sure that this table is gonna shake, definitely. So before you guys come for me, you guys should wait till when it's time to shake the table.
All right,
Please.
all right.
So yes, before we even dive into that intriguing subject, it's important that we, go around and let's see what is happening around the globe. Please stay with us. Staying with us, I'll be taking on a captivating journey across Africa with The Punch, Nigeria's prime newspaper. Yes, the major headline reads, Naira rebounds to 1,400 Naira to a dollar as speculators offload forex. Naira appreciates at parallel official market. Operators foresee 1,200 in weeks. Central Bank of Nigeria tighten news on currency speculators. Complete payments of 7 billion Naira forex backlogs. Beneath the picture on the newspaper, we have the NEMA, which is the National Agency Management Agency, blames water scarcity as fire raised for Lagos building. Then we have Labour Party demands National Labour Congress president arrest over party secretariat invasion. Lagos transporters accuse Operation Mercer, which is the OP Mercer officers of extortion and harassment. Senate names committee room after late Olubadan. And above the masthead, we have Tinubu pushes 60 million Naira annual pay for Supreme Court justice. Delta bloodbath, Senate service chief as troops comb creeks. Then we have the federal government varsity workers meeting deadlocked. Union continues strike. And lastly, by the right side of the masthead, National Assembly passes student loan bill, proposed jail for defaulters. So that's all the headline for the Punch newspaper. The headline that piqued my interest is the one beneath the picture on the newspaper, which is the National Emergency Management Agency, that's NEMA, blames water scarcity as fire raised for Lagos building. So there was a fire incident that got put 4 buildings in the Idumota, that's the Lagos Island, like Idumota, the area around Lagos Island. Yeah, so the NEMA state coordinator, who goes by the name Ibrahim, disclosed that there was a whole lot of chaos because of the challenge they had with water supply. So, I mean, there was a fire outburst, right, in Idumota, and there was scarcity of water. Can you imagine? He went further to state that both the federal fire service and the state fire service, they were on ground, but there was no supply of water. So they had to go and come, go and come. They had to start looking around. I mean, if Julius Berger had to give them water too. So there's no water in the whole of Lagos Island. This brings me to the fact that I really don't know what our government is doing. I just feel like they're just sitting on that seat and they're not doing anything.
Word.
Whether they are doing something, we are not seeing how effective those things are. This is a whole lot. Kidnapping, insecurity. I don't get it. Now it's down to ordinary water. We don't have water. Hey, God. I don't know.
That water is not ordinary.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
for Nigeria not to have it, water is not ordinary. So let me remove the ordinary. Water, they don't have water. Truthfully, this is not even something to laugh about, you know. Because those traders now, do you know what it is for a building to be burning? But because of the lack of water supply, it had to spread down to 4 buildings. Wow. These traders, their goods are in there. It's a market, for cry out loud. It's a market.
You know, Nigeria is actually a very funny country and a very interesting one at that. And this is the reason why I say that it's not like Nigeria's corruption is the worst of it all. It's not even really that bad. It's just a thing of Nigerian government does not have priority of the citizens' life.
Yeah.
They don't care about you.
They really don't.
They don't.
I think that's
at this
honestly
point,
the main issue.
you are literally, they'll tell you we are responsible for your life, but they don't even live up to it.
You know?
I mean, this is something that it cannot even happen in, and I don't want to go outside the African continent, but another African country, this cannot happen. Immediately, definitely somebody will have to go for a fall for this, because lives are going to be lost. Even if lives are not lost, properties are going to be lost. So you have to account for it. But in Nigeria, I don't know. At times I get tired of talking about them. I beg.
To be truthful, like I am tired. Mine is the government really needs to stand on their toes and start working. Let's hear your headlines, Amy, please.
Okay, so per usual, I'll be moving away from the African continent to an international spectrum, and we'll be taking today's news from the New York Times. So here reads on the first headline we have, officer guilty in torture case gets 20 years. Right next to that, we have visiting the Brooklyn route of Schomburg speech, senator draws on faith while many Jews criticize him. On the right side of the paper, we have justice permit Texas to arrest border arrivals, immigration policy to take effect for now. Beside that, we have heating Beijing, Hong Kong passes anti-dissent bill, gap with West grows. Crackdown on external interference may put many in danger. And least but not last, on the bottom of the paper, we have Ireland is full, a rural town erupts as immigrants arrive. And obviously, the headline that stands out to me most today is the officer guilty in torture case gets 20 years. Because here's why. We hear these stories way too often, right? Where we see police brutality, the law enforcers and the people that are meant to, guide the community and take care of the community are the people causing havoc and causing problems in the community. So with this story, we have 2 police officers who literally go around sexually assaulting, beating up, and torturing the citizens or the community people. And it was a case last year where they literally sexually assaulted 2 black men and they beat them up. So right now it's a thing of where they're facing a 20-year sentence. But in my opinion, I mean, like I said, we see these cases way too often. It's always one story after the other story on how a police has done this or has killed an innocent black person. And I just feel like we are in a day and a time where this should not be happening at all. It really should not be happening. I mean, come on, guys. You guys need to do better. It's just very wrong. I mean, how am I as a citizen meant to feel safe if the law enforcers are just, causing havoc? 2 policemen are literally sexually assaulting and torturing the... Why? It's very sad.
That takes us back. Yeah. That takes us back to the government. I feel like when it comes to this whole these forces, be it the soldiers, be it the army, be whatever they call the police and the air forces and all. I don't know. I want to really ask a question, right? I think we'll literally have a time to discuss that. To be sincere, how do they appoint these people? Is it like a voluntary something that they all go for? Because I don't know, somehow I feel like they're not doing their job right, and the government they're not even checking this person. You know, where there's one thing to delegate power to somebody. It's another thing to watch if the person is doing the job delegated to them effectively.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, and with this story, like, it had been happening for years. It's just that they just got caught. Like, so imagine, like, if they didn't get caught, I mean, they would have kept on, you know, with this brutality. And it's just sad because, like, we see this way too often, and many people have actually lost their lives to all this police brutality. It's just so sad. How are my protectors causing me pain? Like, how do I feel safe?
Joy, let's hear your headlines.
All right, what is a morning without Guardian? So that brings me to Guardian you this morning from the Guardian newspaper in the United Kingdom. And my major story reads, MI6 Chief and Civil Service Head resigned from all-male Garrick Club. And the story at the bottom left says, I can deal with leaving. Woman tells of ending life at Dignitas. And at the bottom right, I have Rwanda bill stalled until April after Lord's defeat. Right underneath that, I have shock after Varadkar steps down as Irish Prime Minister. And the story that is just picking my eyeballs this morning is the story that says Rwanda bill stalled until April after Lord's defeat. Now, the story reads that Vichy flagship Rwanda deportation bill is expected to be put on hold until at least next month after the House of Lords inflicted 7 days defeat on Rwanda. Now, the safety of Rwanda, of the Rwanda bill, which aims to block Starbucks from halting the removal of asylum seekers to East Africa, is not expected to return to the Commons until after the Easter break. Now, any delay can make it increasingly difficult to fulfill the Prime Minister plan to see flights take off from Kigali by the spring. Now, I'll just be very honest. I really don't. I've been trying to get a grab of what this story is about, but why it's really even getting into my interest is that, I mean, for once, it's just nice to see African country on the international space, but not something so bad like that. So it has to do with looking at the bill. But the bill right now is to see that asylums, you know what, I will just not say anything. Because I'm trying to get a good understanding of the story now. Is it coming from the place of you want to reduce asylums from Rwanda into the United Kingdom, or asylums from United Kingdom into Rwanda? Now, there's just that negotiation that's currently there on the legislative table. However, it's been defeated by the House of Lords, and it's been stalled until next month. So I'm pretty sure that by April next month, I would have a full grasp of the story, and I'll come back to you, our audience, and give you the remaining gist as usual.
So yes, just like I've always said, there are things happening around the globe. We're going on a short break, and when we come back, we'll be diving straight to the topic of today, ready to shake the table. Please stay with us.
Security is rooted in abject poverty.
Absolutely.
Ethnicity, religious bigotry, and all of that. So until we address all of that, we must understand these root causes and find a lasting solution to poverty. Poverty, I mean, talking solutions, it's not about giving stipends of 5,000 naira as empowerment. It's not going to solve anything because 5,000 naira is going to finish. And then tomorrow they come back. They're back on the street. Yeah. If a policeman lives in the environs of where he's policing, these people are not strangers. They're your neighbors. Yeah. And then it drives home the point that one day it could be your child.
Of course.
You're still watching Waste Breakfast. Today we'll be discussing the topic relationships in the digital age. Remember, you can join the conversation by either sending us an SMS, a WhatsApp message, or even calling. Please, the number is displayed on the screen. So yes, I mean, relationship in the digital age. I don't know why, as a person, I love talking about anything that has to do with relationships. Oh my Jesus, I love it. Like, what was that? That's not
Like
amebo.
amebo. Relationship in this Nigeria has just been a system of ameboism.
Hey.
Of course, yes, now.
Can you
Ameboism
imagine?
has just been going around it.
I feel like, first off, Nigeria is just, we already know Nigeria to be more of religionic and very culturistic as well.
Religious.
Anyone. I like see, I actually want to be a Wale Soyinka sometimes.
Sorry.
I just want to bring, don't come for me.
I'm not coming for
Joy.
you. I just have one simple question to
What's
ask.
that?
So I'm trying to play something in my head. When you say Nigeria is very religious, please, what do you refer to?
So when I say religious, I mean, I feel like we have a number of, a big percent of Christians. Or let's put it like this.
You could probably
Well,
just say,
this is it here. I think this is it here. So Nigerians are more of wherever their religion says. They follow more of their religion than following reality, basically.
So like pretty much they're governed by their religion.
Yeah.
Right?
So what would you say about the Arab countries?
They don't do
because I bet you those guys are even worse than us.
those ones. I feel like those ones is something they have agreed upon.
So we did not agree upon.
Exactly.
How did we not agree?
I don't know how to explain this, but I mean, the United Arab Emirates, just look at how it goes. And all those countries that falls under the UAE, are literally following the Arabic whatever.
This is not even important to the topic, really.
God bless you.
Shift aside. Let's get to the topic.
I
I know it's not important, but I just
I don't know why
have to
Joy.
ask.
I don't know why Joy has
Do
to
you
like.
get it?
No,
Like,
I mean,
feel like that's how. That's
it's just for clarity purpose, right? Because I know I've been hearing it over and over.
The
You are too
thing is-
religious, and I'm like,
No,
they are
the
not
thing is-
religious
the thing
compared
is-
to some countries.
No. So I mean, this is how I'll just explain it here. Quick briefly, so that I can actually leave this.
We need
whole
to
thing.
get to the topic.
I just feel like when it comes to Nigeria, we follow more of the outside. So it's more like we are conflicting ourselves. So it's two things. It's either you join like what the whites are doing, or you stick to your own your own religion and culture. When it comes to the Arab, see, there are certain clothes you can't wear there. Let's not even go to that place. So they are strong on their religion. If you're coming in as a foreigner, see, there are rules and regulations.
Okay.
Do you get?
Noted.
So yes, moving on to the topic, right? Relationships in the digital age. Sorry that we have to digress. Joy can be very demanding sometimes.
Real.
Oh my God. So yeah, I mean, relationship in this recent generation, or with this recent generation, I feel like it's quite different, right? If you look at the older people way, or the way their relationship was built, I mean, I feel like it's this generation that bond so many kind of relationship. Only in this generation we have situationship. Only in this generation polyamory. Only in this generation so many. Before now we had just normal friendship. We had courtship. Now definition of dating.
There are ships and they are shipping.
Oh Jesus! Recently, I really don't know what's going on. But I would like us to forever watch. There's a particular video I want us to watch. When we watch that video, then we'll just start the conversation from there. Please, let's watch that together.
Let's have it.
Like, let me use myself.
I think the way you
let me use
Okay.
myself.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm a single girl now. I can buy myself wigs, change my phone, do stuff. But as long as when a man come and say, I want to date you, I want to be in a relationship with you, I'm broke. Do everything. I have you know what?
I disagree.
I disagree with what?
I would that you should be broke the moment you enter a relationship. I think that's bullshit.
Why not?
I mean, you guys, we just watched the video together. Now, you see that the perspectives or the way our generation reason. See, I'm a Gen Z, but I still feel like some people are just, I don't know, the way they think.
Some people are out of it.
My Jesus, they
Completely out
think
of
like
it.
people without brains.
Completely out of it, you know.
I mean,
like
why would I'm not trying to shade anybody. You know, no, seriously. I don't know why you're
No.
I'm not trying to shade anybody, but I just feel like the kind of reasons we have before we enter relationships sometimes can be very, unnecessary.
Very, very
You know?
unnecessary.
Joy, I feel like Joy has...
Unnecessary is
Give
an
us, give us.
understatement. Can be very delusional. My God.
Delulu is the word, and even to add, because
The little...
Delulu is the word, because tell me, why is it because when you enter a relationship,
You
you now
become
become
broke?
dependent? No, it's not even broke. You become dependent on somebody else. So the minute that person leaves, what next?
happens?
Like it's not even that. I mean, like, you're supposed to be a strong, independent woman. You don't need to wait for any man to bring blah 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 blah. I mean, like, relationships work best when you're set, you know, and like your partner is also set, and then you guys both come together,
Yeah.
and like you're good. Not that like you're relying on someone to literally fund you or fund your expenses or Is that your daddy?
Only
Is that your
Luana,
mommy?
only Luana, please remind me every morning before we come to this show to always hug you. Maybe it's because maybe it's literally because I hugged you this morning. That is why, for God, for the first time you have literally just.
facts.
She didn't spill facts. She opened up my mind, took the words out by itself, and portrayed it. Because let me understand why we started from a fight of, oh, we get married to our husbands, and at the end of the day, our husbands have a lot of property, and if they end up losing their life, God forbid, but if that situation comes to happen, the brother-in-law's now coming and they take the property, and you're just left dry. You're left totally dry. This is the essence why we have to go to the position of saying, build yourself as a woman, so that even if the guy mess up any day, you don't have to be at his mercy. Because tell me why you would have respect.
It's not even just about messing up. Instances like this is where you now see women bitter, because I mean, because to the man, right, like, he has like full control and full dominance and full everything over you. So you as a woman, what are you there for? What do you actually bring to the table? Like, what are you really doing?
She's not as a prop, as a relationship prop.
You
That's
know,
what I handle. Honestly,
for real.
she's literally just there as a relationship prop.
Oh my God.
Because it is not making sense.
That man will useless you. If you don't have the brains as a woman, if you're not strong, if you're not independent, if you cannot make your own money, then that man will so useless you. He will useless you to the core. And imagine then that's the case, right? And then he now comes and brings another wife. Can you even talk? What can you say?
But then
Where do you go?
But then again, only let's even look at it from the fact that these guys are not even married. So let's taste
still
that
in
real.
the
They haven't
dating style.
Situationship.
No, I don't think that's a situationship.
No, some of them are, bro. Have you not seen
situationship.
girls who are not dating men and they rely on them to pay for their rent, for their everything, for their wigs, for their bag, for their clothes, literally everything, their food,
I feel like
everything
I
they do.
feel like when you're in a situationship, so it's more like a two-way thing. You guys will literally have to have an agreement. I feel like this happens more in the dating sector. That's
No,
what I
God's
mean.
beauty. I'm so sorry. Just not even to, I don't know, classify people, but
Okay.
Lagos babes, Lagos women.
You say women. Just leave it as babes.
Or
Leave it
Lagos
as babes.
Or Lagos babes.
Yeah.
You said something about them. These women are after nothing but money. It is literally just all for the money.
But
I
you
mean,
know,
like,
not all of
no,
them.
no,
Because,
no,
I mean, we too, we are Lagos babes.
That's what we're saying on the scale of 100, 99.5%.
No, you don't even
How?
understand.
So
You
we
don't
are
even
the 5%.
understand.
We are the 5%
I promise you, a first conversation a Lagos babe will probably have with a guy that the adjustment is, what do you do? How much do you have? Okay, I want this week. Come and buy it for me. And if you can't, like, it's done. They see you as one useless, broke, poor man on the side. Like, that's how they think. And I think it's so messed up to honestly have that kind of mentality. Like, what are you doing?
And this is why we'll keep having stories of, oh, I went to visit my boyfriend, he used me for rituals. I went to visit my boyfriend, he cut my breast. I went to visit my boyfriend, he cut my this, he cut my... Come on, why would that not happen? Because why? You're literally after the money. So somebody who has the money and you're not ready to check the source, you're not ready to check the means. Oh, man.
I mean,
you have to...
But you know,
you can't have your cake
do you think we can actually boil this down to the government somehow? That the government
It has
a
nothing
thing.
to do with the government.
Is it for sure? Are you
Yes.
guys sure?
I'm 100%
Yes,
sure.
this has nothing practically to do with the
If it
government.
has nothing to do with the government or society,
It has
right?
everything to do with, like,
The
society and the
the
individual,
individual, not even
yes.
society.
Okay.
Because I am in this
Individual.
society and I'm not this mental. So
Right?
it has
I'm
to-
not this mental.
Yes, I'm not this
Individuals
delusional.
themselves.
I'm not this
I
delusional.
mean, like, it's just very sad because you really just see women nowadays, like, just like, I don't want to use this word, but pretty much like uselessing themselves. I mean, like, just for whether it's cheap thrills or whatever. I mean, like, Get up, stand on your 2 feet, and make your
Okay.
bag.
Okay, I get the whole thing you guys have said, right? Now, someone said that the previous generation, when it comes to relationships, right? Now, when I say relationship, you know what I mean, down to marriage, and all of those things. Now, that it was always better and more comfortable than it is now. One way wrong.
See, what we're wrong is the same thing Oni and I have been singing here. The love, that's why they say.
Is it the love of
That
money?
is why the Bible says the love of money is the root of evil. Because this
Yeah.
is really evil. No.
Is it
This
evil?
has to be.
No.
Imagine-
Joy is right. It's very
No,
evil.
for
It's very
once in our
evil.
lives, let us.
Is it evil?
For once in our life, let's turn the
It's
tables
very
around.
evil, and I'll tell you a story as to why it's evil.
Let's even
let's
before we
hear
get to
Joy.
that, let's turn the table around. Now,
Okay.
picture yourself as a guy, and then you know that this person is well-to-do to even afford a cup of water.
Okay.
But
It is
simply
evil,
because
man.
you came to this person's life, all of a sudden, I get you a cup of water, I get you a cup of juice, I get you a pack of plantain chips. These are little things you can. I understand that,
Actually,
yeah,
yourself.
being in a relationship, I mean, that's why you're a guy, that's why you're the man
you
there.
understand?
You have to, like, do some things. But not to the
But not
extreme of
taking
I become
all of
totally,
them.
that word, I become totally broke. No, that is a strong word against womanhood. You are insulting womanhood, dear
Aye.
ma. For all of you that are doing this, that is
Even not
no,
just-
seriously, that is a great insult to womanhood, because no, what you're portraying is that we are so dependent on people that the
Yeah.
moment
That we need to
get
be
into,
dependent and
so
have
it
to
now
be
makes
dependent.
them scared of us. It
And
makes
not
a
even
lot of
that,
guys
not
now
even
scared of
that.
coming to.
Do you
No,
know-
don't worry.
Do you know
It's
the
an
mental
insult.
trauma you were actually even putting on these men?
On these men.
On these men. I mean,
you-
like,
are you being
somebody,
considerate?
let me tell you a story now. Somebody's child. Okay, cool. I won't say a name. Me and my friends, me and my ex-friend actually. Okay. So we went to the club, right? Blah 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 blah. You know how guys will come up to you, blah 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 blah. Okay, so our bill on that table was up to about 2 point something mil anyways.
Oh my God.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
Obviously, this guy, he walks up to us, right? He approaches us, starts talking to me, but obviously, like, I don't stand. So he starts talking to my friend then. And I don't know what conversation they had, but I think my friend was on the vibe, was like trying to talk to me, like, cover my bill, I just paid, blah, 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 blah. And, like, you know how men are in this age, like, just eager to whatever. So this man ended up paying the bill, oh. And imagine, since that day, this girl ghosted him. Not like the man never heard from that girl again. And do you know the kind of emotional pain and emotional trauma that would literally put? I mean, you just scammed somebody's son of 2 point something
That's why the
million.
rates-
No,
the rates
Really?
of
Are you
use
sure?
at
Are you
no
sure
end.
she wasn't trying to be smart? Because I feel like that's
It's
what
not,
some people
it's
do.
not being
smartness.
smart.
That
If
is
it was
a
done to
foolish
you, how would you
smartness.
feel?
Come on.
It's
Turn the
wickedness.
tables
And
around.
literally,
just wicked,
reason
it's
why
evil.
I say ex-friends, because that was the day that I was
I'm
like,
like, nah,
you can't be
But you
okay
said,
there,
I
yes.
can't ask
with
you,
this
where's
world.
your drink that looks 2.5 million, Barry? I guess
Charlie,
ask you.
say, Hennessy VSOP.
Auntie,
We got the
auntie,
Casamigos.
Okay.
We got.
running this down, you're taking us out. And you say at some point, you're gonna
You
be
will spend
spending
it. Well, you will spend it.
Cannot be me.
Honestly, I really feel for a lot of guys that are in this
it's
kind of
sad.
situation, because that is just definitely what's going to make you lose respect as a lady. You are losing a respect.
No, even that, and that's where men lose focus, because obviously it's been a thing of where, like, women now have made it a thing of where, like, okay, like, in order to date me or to even speak to me, you have to, like, have some sort of blah blah blah. That's why you see men going to club blowing 5 million, 10 million, for what? I mean, for what?
It's a transaction.
No, literally for what? To impress a woman that will literally not even speak to you after 2 days. I mean, like, it's really sad what's actually happening in today's
Now,
generation.
speaking of women that are not really being very committed to their relationships, right? Let's watch this video together. Then I really don't want to say much. I don't want to bring up other GCs, but I want us to watch this video together.
Because of my child. I am AA, she is AS. And when he was 2 years, he was diagnosed to be SS. Well,
Have you repeated the test?
yes, I've repeated the test twice after that. And we repeated our own test too, to be sure that maybe before the marriage, the test we did was wrong. So we repeated our own test too. It was still AA, ES. So I was confused, and I don't understand what she was saying. She was mentioning some things that were not resonating with me. So I kept on living like that until sometimes in March or April, I decided that this is going out of hand.
So, I mean, I feel like this is a whole lot. This man's relationship is a whole lot.
It's the definition of a whole lot.
Do you get? It's a pure definition of a whole lot. Like, there's the financial issue of it. There's the cheating part of it. There's the fact that you're not being educated enough or enlightened enough. Because if you know at the back of your head that you're AA and your wife is AS, and you definitely can never, ever have an SS, especially with the fact that we are in Nigeria, it's only on very strict weather conditions that can happen, but that's outside the country, right? So you can never have an SS. Now, when I listened to that, I also read some of the stuff he posted on Twitter.
Yeah,
right?
I read that too.
Yeah, and there were a whole lot where he talked about the fact that they were praying.
No,
Like,
it's not even that.
It's
so
not.
pretty much the
I just wanted to start up with that. Right? No, the thing is, no, seriously, there was a whole lot was going wrong. A whole lot was going wrong. I felt like.
Let me help you. Let me help you. Let me help you where she wants to start. You know why it's so sad? Because first of all, I mean, this woman already had a child out of wedlock. So this man was already taking care of her oldest child, which was not his child. Okay, cool. They ended up getting married. Okay, so they ended up having birth. This woman gave birth again. This man was now struggling to support her older child, and the new child started looking for different jobs. Obviously, as the man of the house, you have no choice but, you know, fend for your family, right? So he's struggling, he's hustling, but nothing is working out for him. Cool. Then coming to the point of where this man now finds out that his son is SS, but he's AA and his wife is AS. So it's just like, to me, it's like, it's so sad because this man literally struggled for this one. It's like, did this woman just use this man for wealth or for security or what for? Like, you can't be putting that type of, I don't know, like, problems on people and then expecting them to just like carry the weight of your issues and just deal with it. Like, it's just really sad. It's really sad.
So for me, right, I read this story.
Joy, please help me hold it. I want to quickly go on a short break. I'm going to come back. Sorry, baby. Let's quickly go on a short break.
I really want to hold it down.
Because it's a whole lot, and I want us to have a proper time to dissect. So we'll go on a short break, and when we come back, you know what it is. Please stay with us. Thanks for staying with us. If you're just tuning in, I mean, we've been discussing a whole lot around relationship in the digital age. So yes, Joy wanted to say something. Break the table.
So for me, this is a bit emotional for me. I am so emotional and sympathizing with the guy in question here. However, a lot of things really went wrong. I read the story. I went through his thread of POVs, and I said, in my head, Oga, so many things were wrong initially.
So many things.
And then I have a question to ask. Fine, so from the state of the story, they're both married. So it means that there was a process before they got married.
Definitely.
Now, did you ask questions surrounding the child you decided to adopt?
You know?
See, love is not blind, don't worry. Except,
No, love
no,
is blind.
love is not
And I
blind.
feel
You
like-
choose to be blind.
Period.
No.
Love
You know,
is
they
Love
say-
is not blind, baby.
No, see,
is
there's
not.
some certain things that would just play out of you, and you're looking at it and you're saying, because of love. However, let me just check on to be very sure. See,
You know what?
that is where I say relationship in this digital age needs to have a reshape, needs to have a reform.
Restructure.
Communication has to be done when I mean done properly. Every nook and cranny, every loophole, you are communicating, you're bringing out information, you're bringing those informations to the table, you're laying it side by side, you're weighing it. Is this what I can handle for life? Is this what I want to deal with? Is this what I can cope with? Because first and foremost, she had a child outside wedlock. Okay. Is it from her ex-boyfriend? Was she raped? Okay, did she get it from somebody and the person just decided not to just take responsibility of it? Are you ready to take responsibility for another man's child? Okay, fine, you decided to do that and the whole thing went smoothly. You lost your job. What was her reaction to you? This is why I keep saying this is delusional to say the moment a guy starts to date you, you go broke. You lost your job. What was her reaction to you? First reaction is that she had money, she was working. But because Pastor came and told you that you should stop working and go and open supermarkets, you carry your entire savings and you went to open supermarkets, you didn't see to question that. You didn't see reasons to sit her down and have the conversation. You flowed with it because that's what the guy said. He saw the whole thing happening, he still flowed with it. And at the end of the day, you come to a realization that you have an SS child, which is very, very impossible to happen in this present time. Even in this country, you did all your checks and balances, you did all your questioning, you did all your findings, you did all your research. Because the guy said he read, he asked people, he went to nurses, he was even there. Now, there was even a question of, was the child swapped? I could have resonated with that. However, the point where she was being called for, after the DNA test came out, I think Justice Court or thereabout called her, and then she suddenly went mute in isolation. He says, no, ma, that child is not yours.
You know,
Yeah.
just to
Joy, Oni, go on.
Just to add to what Joy said, yeah, I feel like the issue in this generation is that men are trying to live up to the expectations of women that literally do not make sense. And that's why you see, like, in relationships nowadays, it's always like, the man struggling or doing past himself or doing beyond himself just to make this woman happy. And that's also why you see men nowadays also cheating, because out of them, pulling their weight to just make you happy and to meet your expectations, you as a woman, you're not even being respectful or caring, or you're not even valuing like the efforts that they're giving, right? So like that's when you now see many men, start cheating because like it's messing with their mental health. Like they need like a whole loophole out or a whole escape out, and like that's what literally leads to like men cheating nowadays. Because like in that story, it was said that there were times when like the man would slip out the house or wouldn't come home or would just do certain things, right? And to me, I feel as if it's because obviously this woman never really showed this man the respect that he deserved. This man was very hardworking. Even when he lost his job, she was not really there to support him. And it's just really sad because it happens way too often in all these relationships.
I feel like that's not even the main cause. See, I feel like I'm not a married person, but I know I've done a whole lot of researches because I don't want to have.
I've done a whole lot of relationships.
What's that? I don't want to have a broken marriage, but I know I've listened to a whole lot of experts, a whole lot. I mean, Pastor Kingsley and Pastor Mildred are literally my favorites. I listen to those people like every time. Now, before entering a relationship, there's what we call the F3 factor. Now, the finances, the family, and the faith. You check through these things. Now, for these three things to work effectively, there has to be a C, which is communication. Now, in this marriage, that is what was missing. Now, the financial part of it was not well discussed. The man was working, the woman was working. See, I asked you with this question. I remember there was a time I said it. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? I understand that Nigeria can be Nigerian you, right? You it's true.
Nigeria can be Nigerian.
Yes, Nigeria can be Nigerian you, but you should have a plan A down to Z.
God, that's exactly what.
No, the man didn't have it effectively. I can tell you that for fact, right? For fact. Now, down to the family. this woman in question, because I remember where he was talking about the fact that they arrested him
Yeah.
Yeah.
because he wasn't paying, he wasn't taking care of the sickle
Yeah.
cell child. Now, the family of where this person is coming from matters as well, down to the faith. Now, you see that the woman has issues with her faith. Now, she believes more on the pastor than on God. See, you have to, before entering an institution like marriage, it is something that you have to learn. It is something that you have to develop over time. You don't just wake up one morning and you say, oh, I love this person. The truth is, love is never enough for you to be in an institution like marriage. If just like when you're going into university, you won't say, oh, for the love of this, because of the love of this course, you have to be, there has to be, for the love of this course, you pass this particular course. It's a lie. There has to be some level of commitment. There has to be some level of, you know, you have to construct yourself to be able to pass that course in the university. That's how, like, marriage is. That's what marriage is about.
God's beauty, literally what you said is literally just summarizing what I said. Like I said, the issues is that, you know, there's so much pressure on men in today's society, and it's the fact that, like, they're literally just trying to live up to these women's expectations, and that's where it all goes wrong, because this man would have obviously taken the necessary steps to, you know, check and do what he needs to do, but no, he was trying to live up to the expectations of his wife.
That is why
because of the pressure that women actually do put on men in today's society, and that's like the whole point I'm trying to get across.
I don't see the man being pressured.
No, exactly.
No.
There
is a pressure.
No, let me
pressure.
correct that. So it's not coming from a place of pressure.
Nah.
It's coming from a place of he knows his responsibility, and
But
this
he's
is where
not
I
doing
respect
it.
it. No, this is where I respect him a lot. He knows his responsibility. So even after losing his job, he still tried to find means to still carry out his responsibility of taking care
I'm
of
talking
his
about
child.
like men. I'm saying like we see situations like this way too often, because in general, I'm not talking about like that story in specific, but like in general, like there is a pressure on men in today's society in keeping up like with women's expectations and women's high needs to be met, and that is the issue.
Which is actually correct, and that is why we're still coming back on this table to prefer a
Is
solution
that correct?
Yeah.
No, yes,
it
there's
is very
a pressure.
correct. There is a serious
I
pressure.
thought she was going based on the story, but
Like
if
in
she's going in
general.
general terms, yes, there is. Because look at this type of girl we talked about now. The first story we talked about. If you're coming to date that kind of person, you're already under pressure.
Why are you coming to date that kind of person?
Because
My dear, now
that
they tell
is
you
what
at
is
some
happening
point,
in
some
today's
is not blind. You just
society.
choose to be blind.
That is what's happening to society. Bring out that tweet that even says, "Oh,
You
that
think
girl
she
that
will not
was
have a
like."
boyfriend at the end of the day? She
Even-
will.
even that
It's
tweet
right
that
will be
was-
pressured. Forget it. He will.
Trust me when I say she might just be blabbing.
And she's not blabbing. Don't worry.
It's even
I
like
tell you
that
for
tweet.
free, she wasn't blabbing because she's just one out of the thousands. Out of the thousands
Girls,
in Nigeria
don't-
that are
don't-
like
don't-
that.
How do we
don't
end
close
up
your
cultivating
Don't close your eyes to
that
what's
kind of
actually
That is the
happening.
point, so-
it is actually what is happening. Like, even bring out that tweet that was of that woman saying that, why would you date a man whose salary is 800K monthly? You buy one wig and one bag and the money is gone. Why are you even thinking like that? Why are you thinking, like, why do you even have that mindset to be thinking like that? And I promise you, this is how literally most women think. If not every woman in this country, most women actually think like that. And it's so sad. I have friends who think like that. It's so sad.
So in a nutshell, yeah, I can define relationship in this digital age to be very materialistic, and that is the problem. So a lot of people who venture into relationship don't venture even because of the love.
No.
So let's even keep love aside. It is not even the love. It is the material things they are. What's in it? What's in this for me? What do I stand to gain? Okay, even if I enter, what do I stand to like get for myself? So it is more of the material things that pushes people to just venture themselves into dating. They're not even relationship.
Yeah.
Into dating. Now, that is where we have a problem, and that is what we need to start changing, because I always believe in when we state a problem, how about we bring solutions to prefer, and then that problem starts to erase. So in this kind of situation, this is what I'd say to that.
Okay.
As opposed to being materialistic, think about, can I build a future with this person?
Yeah.
For my entire life, for every single person that has come past my way, I look at you, first question that is entering my head is what I'm saying with you right now, and the prospect I'm seeing that you're trying to, and the trajectory I'm seeing you're going to. Can I do a future with? If I can't do it, there's no point in me saying, okay, let's try if it will work. I don't do try and error when it comes to that, because I know that when it comes to relationship, I am going to use my mental state, my emotional state, my physical state, my materialistic state. So everything comes together when it comes to relationship. My entire personal life is coming into that space. So I need to be very intentional about the kind of decision I'm making. I cannot just go and see anybody and say, okay, because he has money. No. Because guess what? I strongly believe that one day that money can come to an end. It is very possible.
In a nutshell, literally what Joy said in a nutshell. And also, that's just why you see a lot of disloyalty in today's relationship, because I mean, it's like no one is really there for love, or the man is literally there trying, the woman is just there trying to see what she can get out of this man, and then that's where you just see disloyalties, cheating, all this, blah, blah. Like, that's just the issue. I feel like, first of all, before you actually do go into a relationship and you commit to one, you have to be independent yourself. You have to know what you want yourself, and you have to be able to stand by yourself, because a relationship is when two people who are literally, put together, come together and form it,
No, we have to put
no,
that
sorry.
out.
Two adults, so please, when two adults are literally, like, they have their life put together, they come together and they form a union. That is what a relationship is. Not one person that is relying on this, like, nah, it never works that way. And when that happens, that's when you see a whole lot of disloyalties and just problems, ongoing problems, continuous problems in the relationship. That's it.
So God's right, in a minute, in just 1 minute, I'm going to say that another problem we have found with relationship, especially in Nigeria, is that in this digital age, is communication. We don't communicate properly, and it is a big issue because we are so undermining it, but then we're not seeing the importance it prefers. So if we start getting intentional about communicating properly, stating everything you desire and everything you think you want to say, reasonable things, please. Very reasonable things. So a lot of communication, by the time we put a lot of work into communication, I'm sure it will help the kind of situation we are facing in relationship in this digital age.
Well, I mean, so I feel like you guys have said a whole lot, to be sincere, and I hope that people, I don't know what the hell is wrong with my voice.
It's going for relationship.
I just feel like the institution of marriage should be taken more seriously, because a whole lot of people, I don't know, they just go in there for
not just
certain reasons.
Marriage, relationship. You
No. When you see, relationship should be taken serious, yeah. But I mean, we still have other relationships that I don't know if they should be taken serious.
No, I mean, before you get to marriage, doesn't it start from? I mean, each stage should be you should be intentional about what you're doing and what you want at every stage.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like I said relationship is a big word for so many things under it. We have dating, so we have marriage. So I feel like those things. How do I put this now? Yeah, of course, the relationship should be taken care of. Should be taken, I mean, serious, right? But at the same time, marriage is like the first unit. How do I put that? For us to have, before we have the community, family is like the basic unit to get. So if the marriage that actually now brings out the family. So if the marriage is not properly taken care of or is not seriously done, I don't know the right word to use, but it literally affects the global nation. That's the truth.
Bearing in mind that a lot of people now are not even interested in getting married. A lot of young people right now that
I feel like it's because of the examples we had so far.
Of what we see.
That is why I said it needs to be taken care of properly.
So what example are you using to lay hold?
Not even that. I mean, even looking up to our parents. I mean, even looking up to just that.
Looking up to my parents. I want to get married.
I won't say much.
For me, I just say let's be intentional. Even if you don't even want to get married, that's your personal decision. It's your personal choice. Just be intentional about if you just want to stay in a place of relationship with somebody. Be intentional of not coming to that person to destroy the person's finance, please. And what Gosbiti said is very important.
The person's
very
mental
important.
Health,
not just marriage, but in relationship, finance, family, and faith. Be very intentional about it, and I'm sure it will help a lot in this digital age.
Please. There's nothing else I'm to add to what Joy has already said, to be sincere. The F3 is very important. Use that as the basic step so that whatever relationship you're going into, be it situationship, marriage, dating, whatever, it will become solid, And yes, don't forget the C, communication. I'm very sure you've enjoyed today's conversation just like I did. That's been an interesting one. If I'm being sincere, I really want us to have a part 2 because I feel like I have a whole lot to teach certain persons so they learn as well. So yes, we'll be taking a short break and we'll be coming back. We'll be going straight to the book review. Please stay with us. You're still watching Where's Breakfast? So it's the book review segment. The book to be reviewed today is 48 Laws of Power, as usual, authored by Robert Greene. I'll be taking the 34th law, which says, be royal in your own fashion. Act like a king to be treated like one. Now, act like royalty and people will treat you that way. Project dignity and supreme confidence that you're destined for great things and others will believe you. Now, I'm trying to look for, there's this particular word that people say, people can attest how you're doing or how you are or how you're feeling, depending on how you package yourself, depending on how you do, like the way you behave. Now, I can easily tell if this person is very matured or not by what comes out of the person's mouth. I can easily tell if this person is a rich person or a poor person or has a poor mentality towards something. Depends on the way the person acts, right? The reaction or the action of the person matters. So when it comes to what Robert Greene is saying to us when it comes to the professional angle is carry yourself, even when you don't know it, comport yourself and make it look like you know it, right? Act like a royalty, act like a princess, act like a queen, even when you're not one. So people would not, let me not use the word misjudge, but they would literally see you in a different light. So basically, that's what Robert Greene is teaching us today. Yes, Joy, let's hear your
All right, I'll be reviewing the 35th law that states, master the art of timing. The law states that if it seems like you're in a hurry, it makes you look weak. You don't appear to have control over time, your schedule, and your actions. Now, instead, pretend to be patient, and everything you want will find its way to you eventually. Focus on being a detective, spot the seductive, and follow it to power. Wait when the time isn't right and attack quickly when it is. Now, a pretty much example to this is, how do I put it now? Okay, so imagine that there's a current trend that the whole crowd, a lot of people are following, and people are just already invested into that trend. And they're not paying attention that, okay, something else can come up all of a sudden. But you are just not in that space. You're already looking at the time to say, okay, from now to now, this thing is happening. There's a possibility that in the next 2 weeks, in the next 3 months, this can fade off. What next can happen? Okay, let me look at the trajectory of things. Now, this can only happen when you're taken out of the crowd. You can't be in the space of the crowd and you're getting all of these insights and innovation. So when you step out of the crowd, you don't get to play a trajectory to say what can happen next and what is happening next. So before the next thing even happens, you're already aware of it and you're already invested into it. So by the time you're just waiting for for people to come and meet you where you are. So that gives you an edge over the others. That keeps you a step ahead over the others. So when it comes to staying in the place of power, it keeps you directly on that spot because nobody's able to predict your next move. You're thinking afar off. So that's the essence of mastering the art of timing. And understand the time, understand the trends and how it can apply to you. And with that, you'll be in the place of power.
Seriously, this law is no joke. Like, adhere to it and trust me, you definitely will remain in the space of power.
Okay,
Let's hear you,
guys,
Annie.
so I'll be taking the 36th law, and this pretty much states, disdain the things you cannot have. Ignoring them is the best revenge. And what this is typically saying is that sometimes ignoring a problem is really the best way to minimize it or make it go away. You know, by acknowledging you have an issue or by acknowledging the issue or trying to fix it, you make it credible. So like if there's something you can't have but you want, pretend to dislike it. By not revealing your desire, you seem more superior. Desires that you don't seem to control makes you seem pathetic or weak. And for a good example, I'll just use this common example. You know how sometimes in relationships people be like, oh, yeah, he doesn't want me. Okay, that makes me want him more. That makes me like want to like chase him more or whatever. So like it's like the same thing. I mean, like when you seem to not want something or like when you seem to not have interest in something, that said thing, like, you know, like it would obviously like want to find out why, and like it would chase you more, and then you seem like more superior. And I feel like that's a tactic that men actually use in relationships, quote unquote, because it's a thing of where like they'll make it seem as if like, yeah, play hard to get or whatever, like they don't really want you, but in reality, like, yeah, they really do. But obviously, like they can't seem weak, right? So it's just a thing of, you know, just play to your fantasies.
So
Thank
basically,
you.
I mean, I feel like today has actually been an interesting one, to be sincere. Starting from the news down, I mean, there's been an insightful conversation. Big thanks to our fantastic viewers for watching, tuning in. I mean, I don't know how best to say thank you, because literally the reason why we are here is because of you guys, right? Today's topic was mwah, seriously, like, I love it. So yes, tune in again tomorrow for another exciting conversation full with even more wisdom and entertainment. And remember, you can catch Waste Prime at 8 p.m. in the evenings here, where laughter and learning come together to light your word. So yes, from me and my awesome buddies, it's goodbye for now. We can't wait to chat with you again soon. So until then, stay informed, stay curious, stay inspired, and stay tuned. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.